Hello. Hi, and welcome. I'm James, and tonight we're going to be building the Captain Rex Lego helmet. Head goes inside the helmet. See how I went there? So, pretty standard black box from Lego with the helmet. Side profile, another profile. You get some nice pictures here and here of Captain Rex wearing it in the Clone Wars series. Then there's all the information on the side. This is one of those pop tops right here. Hello, Sadie. One of our pop tops right here. So we'll just go ahead and start by popping that. I don't really care about those, so no big deal to me. Let's see what we got. All right. Thank you for anybody who voted on this on Instagram to help choose what we were going to be building tonight. It was between Commander Cody and Captain Rex. And, well, you can obviously see who won out. All right, so we got 5 bags in all, 5 numbers bags, 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5. So anybody who's counting at home, that's 7. Pretty standard instruction booklet, all white, nothing impressive there. They've kind of really gone away from anything special. So we'll toss that over here. I use the computer, so I download the instructions from lego.com, and I just use that to do my builds. It's got some stickers, not a crazy amount. Yes, well, if I'm going to build the Lego helmet, I got to bring out the rest of the helmets. Since I have every helmet that they've released from the Star Wars line to date. The only one I don't have built yet is the Cody and now Rex, but we're Rexifying that. Anybody who watched my intro, I did an intro over on Instagram, kind of just goofing off a little bit. I started off by wearing Mando's helmet, just kind of talking and goofing off for a few minutes. And then I took the helmet off because it was insanely warm. So unfortunately, I am not a child of the watch because I could not follow the way. It's just way too warm. That, and I can't see very well without my glasses. So all right, how has everybody's week been? It is flying by. We are one more workday from the weekend, and tomorrow starts double VIP points with Lego. Is anybody buying anything out there? Yes, I was getting the booger sweats. Yeah. That, and I have a bit of a sinus thing going on right now, so it doesn't help. But your words of encouragement and kindness, Elena, they help power me through the days. So back to what I was saying about the good stuff. Lego is doing double points on anything this weekend, 9th through the 13th, I believe it is. So a great opportunity to pick up any brand new sets that came out on the 1st. I really like that upscale minifigure. That minifigure that's builds like this big. It's like $50. Definitely be picking that guy up. And see, I might try and pick up a few other sets. I really would like to pick up the villains. The Disney 100 villains set. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, go check it out after the stream. That way you don't have to choose between me and my favorite website. Because I know I will not win that battle. So with that villains set, oh my gosh, I was watching some of the extras, like a little behind the scenes on it, and it is freaking awesome. Little hidden compartments for the minifigs to hide in. And it does a lot more than just, sit there on the shelf looking as iconic as it does. But, get out there, check it out. Lego.com. I will probably find my way over to my local Lego store first thing tomorrow morning. And for those of you wondering, yes, that's why I need the car tomorrow, Elena. All right, now the build's going to go by really quick. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it's 854 pieces, so probably take us about an hour and a half, 2 hours at the max, depending on how much talking I do, how lost I get in my thoughts. I'll try and keep the daydreaming to a minimum. But yep, wow, that's exactly it. Let's see, where was I? I was on a train of thought. Oh, yeah, so I'll probably have this set built in about an hour and a half. For those of you who've watched before, I usually can build about 500 pieces an hour, just going on my own, usually without distractions. But obviously, chatting with you fine folks, I split my attention between, so that can slow me down just a tad. So, excuse me. We'll be doing a lot more drinking breaks. Help my throat out a little bit. I have got that sinus drip. I can thank Colorado and an airplane ride for that. And if you're just joining, thank you. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button to be notified for future videos. And liking the channel just makes me feel good. It lets me know that you guys really care. So hit that like button, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Let's see. If you want to make donations, please make them out to cash. Hey, Anthony made it. Welcome, buddy. Glad to see you. If you guys see anything in the background or in the foreground or whatever, and you guys want to know more about it, just throw a comment up in the comment line, and I'll go into more detail the best I can, answer any questions best I can as well. So I hope everybody's having a really nice day. April's here too. Welcome, April. Welcome, Anthony, Sadie, Elena. Everybody's here. Remember to hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe. That way you get notified whenever I go live on the channel. And if you haven't and you want to, please check me out over on Instagram as well. The name over there is also Darth Bricks 42. For your convenience, I picked the same name twice. Well, it was really for my convenience, but I'm not going to get into details. Sith Trooper, this one here, this was a Comic-Con exclusive. So you could only get it if you went to, I want to say it was San Diego Comic-Con. I ended up buying it off of a guy on eBay just after it came out. And they were numbered. I don't remember what my number is, but they are numbered. So this is not a custom job. This is an actual Lego set. This Grievous here is a custom job. And this one has been modified with a custom rebuild from rebrickable.com. And then the Vader one here is the 20th anniversary one, which you can see with the 20th anniversary plate that he's got right there down by Captain Rex's feet. San Diego Comic-Con. Hey, Braden. San Diego Comic-Con. If you can get tickets to San Diego Comic-Con, I'll go with you. And to be nice, I'll even let you pay for the hotel. But I'll drive. I am building Captain Rex helmet from Lego, the Lego Captain Rex helmet. I have been looking forward to building this one. This one was voted on by the good followers of Instagram. it was between this and Commander Cody, and this won by a landslide, like 73%. Voted for good old Captain Rex. Yes, I am so kind. The thing that I love most about myself is my own humility. I'm an awesome person, and you know, anybody who knows me knows that they're lucky to know me. So humble. Man, I just do not know what I'm doing right now. Well, yeah, you would. Atlanta questions everything. What are you buying? Do you need that? Are you sure? Do you have money? I mean, I love you. Yeah, that's about right. Listen, she can't return it once I've opened it. So all I got to do is just get it here without her knowing and get it open. And I'm in the clear, right? Nothing to worry about, nothing to be afraid of. I'm a big fan of the helmets too. Obviously, you can see I've got all the current Star Wars ones plus a couple extras. I've seen many of the custom ones that people have been making, and I've been wanting to make some of them, but I also want to kind of just follow what Lego's been doing for now, as they put out a pretty good product with the helmet. So if they ever stop doing the helmets, I'll probably start going to custom designers or start following what people do on Rebrickable. They've got some guys on Rebrickable. What they do is they build a body for it. So they build a big minifigure, and then they put the helmet on the minifigure. So then you've got a big minifigure of Mando or of Luke or of Boba, a Scout Trooper. They're absolutely amazing, and that is something I would think it would be an absolute awesome thing to do, is start turning all the helmets into full size, like big size minifigures, upscaled minifigures. I don't design anything per se. I have a really good eye for reverse engineering things and being able to rebuild them by looking at them, but I do not have the best imagination for coming up with my own mock designs. But I'm a big supporter of other people's work. So unfortunately, that's the best I can do sometimes. Mistake. And so I also mentioned in my little Instagram preview that I might do a quick little unboxing and review at the end of the video. I just got my Hot Toys B1 Geonosis Battle Droid in the mail. 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. So I'm thinking about opening that up after the stream. Taking a peek at that. So if you're interested in seeing that, let me know, and we'll definitely check it out at the end of the video. And I just got the do it now. I'm busy. I just got the KX Enforcer droid from the Book of Boba Fett. That just came in the other day. I was lucky enough I got added to the wait list for that. And then I got a notification that it was available. So I jumped on that as fast as I could because I love the battle droid and I love the security droid because K2 was the star of Rogue One. You know, everything would have went great if it wasn't for those pesky humans. But, K2 was amazing. And then I watched Ryan with Jedha Patrol. I watched him the other day. He did a review of the KX Enforcer droid and compared it to the K2SO droid that came out a few years back from Hot Toys. And outside of the paint job, virtually identical. Looks really good. If you didn't get a K2SO and you want to use the security droid as a sub, absolutely works perfect. The scuff up all over the body and the weathering. I feel like it looks more like K2 than maybe the original one they did, just because K2 wasn't all that clean. You know, he'd seen some stuff. He'd been in the shit for a bit. So. Droid unboxing the Geonosian droid at the end of the video. So when we get done doing the build, I think I'll do the Geonosian battle droid unboxing, and it's the one that comes with the C-3PO head along with it. So you can actually put the C-3PO head on the B-1 battle droid. I can slow down. Do you want me to go over more of what the build looks like? I usually review after the bag, so I'm still on bag 1. Right now we're building the center piece of the head, the main construct, and this is going to be the top part of the head. All right. Well, I've got a lot of practice, a lot of years of practice. So like I was saying at the beginning of the video, I can do about 500 pieces an hour. And that's without distraction. So on here, a set of this size will probably take around an hour and a half to 2 hours tops. Again, this is just around 8,500 pieces. So about 850 pieces, give or take. Nah, everybody says it would take them way longer, but it's really just about keeping focused. You know, if you have distractions around, yeah, it's gonna take longer. But I have faith that most people can do it in a standard amount of time. The other thing to remember when you're building is to just remember to keep from going like kind of like highway hypnosis if you're driving too much. You know, remember to look around. Remember to have something going on in the background a little bit. Like when I build things and I'm not doing a live stream, I really enjoy like listening to a program. So if I was building this, I'd want to watch like the Clone Wars, or I'd want to watch Rebels, or I'd want to watch something that had to do with Captain Rex. So got our first sticker. First sticker of the night. Anybody else out there building anything? If you are, throw it in the comments. Let's talk about it. And anybody picking up anything this weekend? Double points, Lego.com, Lego brand retail stores from the 9th to the 13th. got a bunch of great new sets that just came out. Some of the Disney 100 stuff. I will be absolutely picking up that brand new upscale minifigure that just came out. The one that makes the big giant minifig. So this should be the forehead, right? Yeah, this is the forehead. So we're working on right here. Sorry, it kind of gets drowned out in the light. Back in the day when I worked at Lego, we would get a Lego set and it's like, okay, I need this back tomorrow. So, I'd get large sets and I'd have to have them back the next day. So I had to build quick. Now they build most of the Lego sets in the stores, so they don't really go home with people all that much. Nice. Collecting the mystery figures is awesome. I've got some of the Disney 100 mystery minifigures on my desk. Has anybody picked up any of the mystery minifigures from the Disney 100 series, the 18 that's out? Does anybody plan to pick any of them up? Cool. Awesome. Ooh. I did the little Death Star from May 4th. I did that just a couple weeks ago. It's a great little build. Woo. A lot of fun. And if you wanted to, if you had two of these, you could easily make this one full set. So you'd have a full-size Death Star that's completed. Actually, I guess if you had three of them, you could make an uncompleted Death Star 2, and then you could make the fully completed Death Star. But it wouldn't take a lot of pieces to actually modify that either. So if you're into that, that would be awesome. Collection addiction. I mean, what else were you going to spend your money on? This is why I'm broke. This is why I'm broke. But I do enjoy the collecting. Cool. Sorry about that. Just need to check something. All right. So now we're going to be connecting to the actual helmet head. Perfect. All right. So far, we've got the head, forehead, the face area. You can see we're coming along with the build quite nicely with the snot building, studs not on top. We're in a mess. I'm hoping to do a room tour this weekend. I'm going to be working on lighting for the shelves. So I just got it's got a whole bunch of my equipment to actually be able to do that. So I'm hoping to get the lighting finished this weekend, and then I can do a room tour video on Instagram, and I will then upload that video to YouTube as well. So I'm looking forward. I should be able to do a room tour here really soon. If they came out with a Venator, I would absolutely drop all my money on it too. Now, for those of you who are out there in the speculation and like to go chasing the rumors, the rumor is that they're going to do one this year, but we'll see. And I get my information from a guy called Brick Clicker and a Promo Bricks, and they have both of them have reported the other UCS set this year will be a Venator, and it's going to contain a new Captain Rex minifigure. So if that's the case, I heard it should be around like a $650 price tag. So for those of you who get squeamish at the idea of spending large amounts of money, and you know who you are in the audience, oh well. That's what I'm banking my my VIP points for, whatever the second half of the year UCS set is. Right. That's the spirit. Just remember, you can't take it with you. Perfectly honest, I think one of the reasons my kids watch my YouTube stream is just so they can start making their wish list for when I'm gone. They're like, "Ooh, I'll take that, and I'll take that, and I'll take that." Y'all are just dividing up my collection before I'm even cold. Tell me to catch up. Yeah. So what we're working on right now is the base that the helmet will be attached to. Obviously, the standard black base that Lego has been doing. Oh, I guess the base for the Vader and the base that the Sith Trooper are on, both of those bases are custom. They did not come with those. Those are basically just the same black base that you see with the normal helmets. The Sith Troopers is obviously red. But yeah, those are custom, but those are really easy to duplicate. Yes, leeches, parasites, children, whatever they want to call them. I think one of my I'll say it here and I'll never say it again. But I've known people that have called kids they'll call their kids, they're called them sex trophies. Which not really sure why you get a trophy for last place. But hey, to each their own, right? Clip it, post it, make it go viral. Make all the royalty checks out to cash. Cancel me? Well, I'm surprised I made it this long. Oh, all right. So, flying through the build is good time. Is Captain Rex anybody's favorite character out there? Well, of course I got to say it's going to take 2 hours. I'm incredibly humble. Of course, do that at the exact same spot. What impresses me about me so much is how humble I am. What are you planning to do for your next build on? I'll probably do either Cody's helmet, the Heroes of the Return of the Jedi Brickheads pack, or I'll do I've been wanting to do the Up House. I'm going to be honest. I've been excited to do the Up House. Yes, quite humble. But with getting new sets this weekend, I could be getting. I could go crazy. I might do the upscale minifigure next build. I still got 2 Indiana Jones sets back there that I need to build as well. What I really need is someone to pay all my bills so I can do this full time instead of having to waste my time with work. So if anybody out there wants to pay me, a really good salary, I can't take anything less than 6 figures. So if anybody out there wants to, throw out a little bit of cash, that would be awesome. Nice. The helmet series. I love the helmets. I've got the Vader Black Series wearable helmet. I've got Stormtrooper. I've got Mando. I used to have a Boba Fett one from way back in the day, but I do not have that one anymore. It's sad because it's very valuable now, and I don't know what happened to it. I think it was a victim of somebody's purge. Speed running Lego. It's possible. Usually those have to be. Usually those need to be team builds. Like the speed run that some guys did to build the Lego Millennium Falcon, the UCS Falcon, was ridiculous to see because they just busted that out. I know how long it took me to build it, so. But then I do enjoy the fact that they do the bag system now, where back in the day they used to not. Bag system makes it a lot easier. Prior to 2012, we used to have to build everything by sorting it first. That took forever if you were in a hurry to build something. Has anybody else picked up this helmet already? Has anybody else built it yet? If you have, let me know. Throw a comment in. What did you think? What do you think of Captain Rex making his live action debut in Ahsoka? Any thoughts on that? I think I'm looking forward to the Ahsoka series because one of my all-time favorite characters is finally coming to the big screen, bigger, small screen, whatever you want to call it, live action screen. We get to see the man, myth, the legend, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Thrawn is up there with my top 5 favorite characters in all of Star Wars. Thrawn will be epic, hopefully, and they got the same guy who did the voice acting in Rebels to play him in live action. I want to say, I'm not the best with names, but I want to say it's going to be Lars Mikkelsen. I might be right. I might be wrong. It's Matt Mikkelsen's brother. Matt Mikkelsen, he played in the Doctor Strange movie. He played in Rogue One. He's playing the new bad guy in the new Indiana Jones movie. So they're definitely keeping that Star Wars in the family there, which is awesome. I get that. Shelf space is a real challenge. You can obviously see behind me there is a ton of stuff, and I always hate when I want to build something. Sometimes I have to like sacrifice something else, to make space. And I hate doing that. That's a real pain for me because I love everything, and I want everything displayed. So the solution is just, a massively bigger house, which, right? That's the solution. No. All that comes together very nicely. So I got the back of the helmet put in with the circle. That just looks really cool. You can see that. So got the back of the helmet. Right now it's just looking like a mullet. So all business up front, but he is definitely partying in the rear. But space is a legit problem. And just sometimes you've got to make the real sacrifice. Sometimes you've got to liquidate, shrink, get rid of items. It's painful. Light Cal, yeah. I had I got the Cal lightsaber from Disneyland on the 4th, and the thing was way bigger than I thought. The box itself weighs 17 pounds just carrying it around the park. So that was a dead arm situation. So, but I decided to move on from that to trade it for some other things. One of the reasons I was able to buy sets this weekend is because I recouped myself, and before anybody jump up and down, calling me out as a reseller or, someone who's just, gouging or whatever. I mean, I sold it. I maybe made like $20, $30 over what I paid just because I was trying to, just get my money back more than anything. So it's not like I was going out there and trying to get somebody to buy it for like $700 or $800. I was able to sell it and get basically my cost back after all the fees and stuff like that, which the only people that made money on that deal was eBay. Let's call it what it really was. But again, sometimes you just gotta sell stuff to make room. Firm believer in making your collection help pay for itself. So something new's coming out, liquidate an item to get that. Like I wanted to get the new I want to get the new UCS X-Wing that came out, but I still have the one from 10 years ago. So do I really need both of them? And yes, I know the answer as a collector is yes, I do need both. But I have to make a space decision, and so, I listed my X-Wing. I think it's right now it's listed for $230 or $240 on eBay. And I paid $200 for it back in the day when I got it. So again, it's not like I'm trying to make a ton of money. If you look at the math on it, I'll actually lose money on it to get them to sell it after you figure in fees and stuff. There you go. Now we got a bridge of a nose on the visor. So we're starting to see the T visor come together, which is perfect. We got some sets that are coming out in August. We got the little spider walker from Mandalorian. That was kind of cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for that quite yet. Like I said, I follow the same rumor mills as most people. So one of the guy I was following on YouTube, Brick Clicker, he was talking about the next UCS set, so I'll be excited for that. If they are doing the Jabba's sail barge next year, that'll be amazing, and hopefully we'll get that rumored Jabba's throne room diorama that we were teased with this past May 4th. So that would be very nice. I really like the Phase 1 helmets just because they were that original OG look. But I have no problem with the Phase 2 helmet either. I don't have a hardcore preference for the clone one over the other, but I do really like the helmets themselves, or the clone helmets themselves. I'd like to see more of them. It'd be nice if Lego did an entire series of all the clone helmets instead of just a Cody and a Rex. There's the variations like the Ahsoka Tano ones, or the more not just Commander Cody, but the other troopers in that Legion. Just a standard maybe 501st stuff. Just something a little more outside the box. I know we're probably never going to get that. And that's where a lot of the aftermarket people, the builders who, the real heart and soul of Lego fans that come up with all these mocks, they'll come up with those things, which will be fantastic. I really want to see Old Republic stuff. I love the Skywalker history and Darth Vader, Anakin, Luke. I really love that stuff, because that's the OG stuff that got us interested. But they've got some really great stuff in the Knights of the Old Republic. Right now a lot of the characters are still legend over canon, but they've been trickling them back in, cherry picking the stories they like. They're supposed to be doing more with an Old Republic, like the starting of the Jedi movie that they announced at Celebration. That kind of stuff would be absolutely amazing to see. I'd like to see more of that. They give the Skywalker line, give that era, that current era of Star Wars a bit of a break. What we're seeing with the Mandalorian, where it's in the same timeline, it's in the same everything, but it's not centralized around it. So we're still seeing some Luke Skywalker stuff. We're still hearing some things, Boba and Ahsoka. It's like side stories is nice. Let's give the Skywalker line a break and let that breathe a little bit. I think that's one of the reasons why Disney might have suffered a bit. Is we didn't get the breath in between the movies to kind of react. It was 1-1-1. And so it was a little tough, but I would love to see something with Starkiller would be great. That was a really great storyline with the Force Unleashed. I want to see some stuff with Darth Malgus, another one of my favorite characters. Top 10 for me, absolutely. Maybe something with Revan and Malik. You can even throw in the Mandalorians because that was all done during the Mandalorian wars as well. Wars with the Jedi and the Mandalorians. You can kind of see how a lot of this technology that was created by the Mandalorians to fight Jedi was created, because that's what it was specifically created for. So, seeing some stuff like that would be absolutely epic. Sorry, I'm just going to clear out some notifications. Stuff like that would be absolutely awesome to see. But again, that's what they're kind of working with Ahsoka, and that series, kind of bringing some more of that character development and those characters to life. I mean, I don't know how old he is, but the guy who played him for the actual voice and the motion capture for the Force Unleashed, Sam. God, I can't think of Sam's. It starts with a W. I can't think of Sam's last name, but Sam, he could theoretically might be able to play it. He is the voice of Darth. I'm sorry, he's the voice of Darth Maul in Clone Wars and Rebels, I believe. So he's already familiar, and he loves the Star Wars universe. So it might not be very difficult to get him to play Starkiller if they wanted to do something with him. Knights of the Old Republic would be very sick, absolutely. And he's still young. I got to meet him at Comic-Con like 10 years ago. So he's probably around my age. So he's maybe 40-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah, the Acolyte show is going to be awesome. So sad about Ray Stevens. He was playing a character. He just recently passed away. That was tragically sad. My friend and I were at Disneyland when we heard about it, and like people were very upset. People were saddened by it. So it's tough to lose a member of the Star Wars family so quick and so young. So hopefully, his character will have made a really nice impact in the Star Wars universe. And for those of you who don't remember who he is, he also played in Thor, Thor: The Dark World. I don't remember if he was. Yeah, he was in Ragnarok, because he got killed really quick. But he was the big heavy-set friend of Thor with a big red bushy beard who liked to eat food. That's the gentleman I'm talking about. That's Ray. He was playing in the new Acolyte series, where he was the older guy with the white beard with the orangish red lightsaber that we saw in the trailers. He just recently passed away suddenly, unexpectedly. So sad, so tragic to lose anybody before their time. It really, really sucks. All right, next sticker. So we're looking at number 6. There it is. But let's hear some more, stories from the past. And I am enjoying some of the new books that they're putting out. The High Republic stuff is pretty cool. That stuff's all set, hundreds of years ago in the Star Wars timeline. Yoda is just a master. He's not even a grandmaster yet. They're talking more about hyperspace stories, Marchion Ro. Let's keep that content going. There's a lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff. All right. That next piece took me a little longer to get together, but we're having a great time talking. So I absolutely do not mind. I'd rather talk to everybody, have a good time, and just really build slow. We'll never get a Kanan series because Freddie Prinze Jr. has said he is done playing the character. So without Freddie Prinze Jr., there is no Kanan Jarrus. So I really don't feel like it would be great to kind of change that. I think it would diminish a little bit of what Freddie Prinze did with the character. He did come back and play the role for the voiceover. I think he was one of the voices in the movie Rise of Skywalker, and he came back and did a voiceover for I think it was for the final season of, oh no, it was for the Bad Batch. He voiced his younger self at the Purge. So he did do those two, but he did say that he is done playing the role. So we'll see if we get any more out of him. Great conversation tonight, guys. Great questions, great comments. Loving it. Keep it coming. Remember, like and subscribe so you can be notified about more content. I usually do my videos on Thursdays, but occasionally I'll do them on a different day if I have to. If I'm not busy, I'll do it on the weekends as well. You can always go back and check out any of my archive videos. Just go to the live section on my YouTube page. One by three. That would be cool too. Yeah, the Republic Commando game was a lot of fun to play. I'd like to see them again. I'd like to see them just expand more on what they've got. They've got a ton of information. They don't really need to recreate or invent new things right away. Being able to cherry pick what they want is an excellent way of telling their stories. And they've already got a giant group of characters that people either they do like or they don't like. So it's not like you don't really have to reinvent the wheel. In order. Well, it's gonna make me think about that there for a second, aren't you? Huge Darth Maul fan. Love Darth Maul. Yoda, Darth Maul, Yoda, Vader. Vader's epic. Love Vader. Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then Grand Admiral Thrawn. So 1 through 5, and then actually Grievous. I'll put Grievous at 5 and Thrawn at 6. So Grievous, I love Grievous. Underrated character. Absolutely. That's something I'd like to see. I'd love to see an origin show on him, even if it's animated. I have no problem with animated programs. They could do so much more with animation than they can with live action. And so shorts like the Jedi Tales and stuff like that. Give us some shorts on some of our other characters. Like tell us about Grievous's origin. Give us more on other characters. It would be absolutely amazing to be able to see more stuff on those characters. Hey, so these are printed tiles, which are awesome. Love print bricks, hate stickers. Yay, print, boo stickers. But Grievous is a fantastic character. His is just as much of a story of tragedy as any other character in Star Wars. He was lied to, manipulated, blown up, turned into a cyborg, made it to believe it was the Jedi who basically had tried to assassinate him. He was manipulated into hating them just as much as Palpatine manipulated Anakin into believing that the Jedi Order was evil. Nice. That was something that was kind of cool with Jedi Tales. Yeah, it told a lot of Dooku stuff. You got to see Dooku as a Jedi master, and We got to see Qui-Gon as a Padawan, and we got to see a younger Obi-Wan, and we got to see some real behind-the-scenes stuff. And that stuff was just awesome. I'm looking forward to the next season of that more than most anything, just because fleshing out those characters in those shows. I mean, I love the books too. The books are great. R2-D2 is a lot of people's number one. I loved R2 as a kid. My mom, her favorite is still R2-D2 as well. He has seen it all. You think he would have told somebody about it? You think he would have been like, hey, by the way? But he's like, nah, they'll figure it out on their own. It's like R2-D2 is either one of the most underrated characters and able to keep secrets better than anybody, or he's just mean. But there was a theory, a fan theory about R2-D2 that I saw. I read. I didn't really see it. I read it, and the guy was saying that at the end of episode 3, when Anakin goes off and he tells R2 to stay with the ship, R2 stays with the ship, and then that's the last time he really got to see Anakin, his master, his friend, the person he cared about. Because after he went and he slaughtered all those people, he really, really went farther and farther into the dark side. And then obviously when he attacked Padme and all that stuff, and after he battled Obi-Wan, R2 never saw Anakin again. So when Luke went to face Vader in Cloud City, and R2 was like right there with him, and he was like bumping him, and Luke was like, stay here, and he just didn't. He just kind of went with him. The fan theory was that R2 knew that Luke was going to go face Vader and who Vader was. And R2 was so afraid for Luke that he wouldn't leave his side. So that's kind of a cool way to think of it. I like that. I like that mental thinking that, R2 cared that much about Luke. It's kind of neat. So make a long story longer. All right, Ahsoka. Okay, Ahsoka. Okay, Ahsoka, and Ahsoka. Yeah, that's not a bad list. I'll admit, they've really they invented and reinvented Ahsoka so many ways throughout the series, all the different series that she was in. I mean, I loved her in Rebels. I liked her in the Clone Wars originally. I thought she was great in the final season of Clone Wars. I loved her in Rebels, and I think Rosario Dawson plays an absolutely badass Ahsoka Tano. But big ups to Ashley Eckstein for giving Ahsoka that voice and really being the Ahsoka that we learned and kind of grew up with, and took that character and helped grow her into the character she is today. Because even though she doesn't play her anymore, she's still heavily influences how everybody feels about her. So big ups to her. And for those of you who don't know, Ashley Eckstein is married to former baseball player David Eckstein, former California Angel, Anaheim Angel, LA Angel, whatever you want to call it, whatever they call their team this week. So she is married to a baseball player. Thank my friend Corey for that little piece of that little nugget. Chopper is badass. He is like R2 with way more attitude. And BD1 is really cool. I like BD1. I really like the creation of that character and the development. I haven't had a chance to play the new Jedi Survivor game. So I don't know of anything else beyond the first game for BD1. but I'm looking forward to it. It's another one of those things I just haven't had a lot of time lately. Yes, Angels in the Outfield was a good movie. Right. All right, so we got the side of the head going. We got the stickers on with all the little markings and all the markings that identify all the clankas that Rex has taken out. I just love their slang in the show. Shinies, clankers. I love all that. Still think one of the saddest moments in Star Wars is the fact that there was not one actual human in any Clone Wars armor in Episode 2. It was 100% CGI. So I have not built any of the Bandai Star Wars models. I've seen them. I am not super great at building models. I used to be a long time ago when I was a kid. I used to love to build models, but I don't do that well with them anymore. My dexterity, it's not. My hands are a lot more shaky than they used to be. But I do like them. I like checking them out. I got a friend, Jason, who's really interested in those models, and he was big into 40K and X-Wing games and creating his own armies and stuff. So he's gotten to show me a lot of those things and teach me a lot of those things, which is really cool. But unfortunately, I never got into those. But I've also had to, I couldn't pick up another model or another collectible at this point in my life. I think my wife would have me executed for it, because at this point, I've got Lego, I've got Hot Toys, I've got Sideshow, I've got there's a company called is it called Koba, I believe. It's a company over in Poland, and they actually make a building brick version of like World War II fighter planes and ships and things of that nature. And I've got quite a few of those ships from World War II, or those aircraft from World War II. And I'm a huge history fan, so I've got quite a few of those. So I think if I picked up another hobby or another collectible, I think she'd just kill me. Which, I mean, at this point, would you blame her? I've tried to upgrade all my my skill points, but I keep spending all my money on Lego and Hot Toys. Check back with me in 15, 16 years when you're my age, and we'll see how your dexterity is holding up. I'm over 40 years old. It's after 7. I'm surprised I'm still awake. Nap time for old people like me. Thanks to all you other over 40-year-old senior citizens staying up with me on a Thursday night. Oh, great. One more place my money can go. One second. I'm going to review everything. Finished off the bag. Got one extra piece, but it's a piece that usually gets left over. Okay, yeah, it's a leftover piece. All right, so we have officially finished 3 bags. So in reality, that's 5 bags because there was 2 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 2. We've got a really good looking Captain Rex going so far. We go turn on bag 4, and then we'll do bag 5. And then the review that everybody is waiting for. And for those of you who joined us a little late, we're going to crack open this guy right here, the 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones B1 Battle Droid from Hot Toys. Just came in the mail yesterday. I got mine from sideshow.com. And that was also one that I was lucky enough to get on the wait list for because I missed it during the initial pre-order. And when I got selected for, since I got selected for wait list, I was like, yep, that's the universe's way of telling me I have to have this. Yes, I said have to have this. And for anybody who has Instagram, I did take a photo and put it up of the KX Enforcer droid, same type of droid as K2SO. Is the K2 KX Enforcer from the Book of Boba Fett. And we got that nice Mandalore flash, and we're talking about how Mandalore was destroyed, and you saw the droids going through shooting any survivors after the domes were blasted by TIE bombers. This is the Enforcer droids that are walking around basically taking care of any survivors because obviously the radiation from the explosions wouldn't really affect them like it would stormtroopers. So they went in and mopped up the survivors. And it's a very cool, excuse me. It's a very cool 6-scale figure as well. I'll even, I'll pull that one out at the end of the video as well, so you guys can see it. It's just sitting up on my my Jabba the Hutt shelf. And for anybody who's interested in a room tour, I'll that's my mantra, all right. Anybody who's interested in that room tour, like I said, I'm going to be working on my lighting for my shelves this weekend. I got the tools and supplies in, so I'm hoping to have that all done. So if I can get the lighting done, I will do a live stream on Instagram, and I will record and upload to YouTube as well, so we can do a little walkthrough of the collection. And you can give me your feedback, and you can give me your feedback, or as my kids call it, their shopping list. Man, this helmet looks so good with the blue and the black pop and the white. Just looks so good. And then the way they made the little eyebrow looking pieces for the out of brick instead of using stickers. Set looks amazing. What's everybody's favorite Star Wars set? Either one that you got or one that you missed. What's everybody's favorite set? You got what's on? What is on? And everything is not an answer. It's my answer. Because you never know, you might be one of your favorite sets, and maybe I've got it, and we can pull it out and talk about it. The Death Star. Which version of the Death Star? There have been 3 large versions of the Death Star, a midi scale version, and obviously some small versions. So what version of the Death Star are you referring to? Getting hungry. Getting hungry. My stomach's growling. You're almost an adult, Sadie. You can feed yourself. The Death Star 2. That set is epic. It is extremely fragile, but it is an epic set nonetheless. It's not current in my collection, but I have a friend who has promised it to me. So I'm hoping to still get it that way. If not, I can start piecing it together because it's all common pieces. There's no exclusive bricks or anything like that in it. So you can just piece one together. It's a lot cheaper than paying the aftermarket prices, but yeah. But if I can get that, I would definitely enjoy it because I've got the first Death Star, like the diorama play set, and I've got it up on a shelf. I've got it up on a turntable, so when I turn the switch on, it spins. And I got another one. I got another spot on the other side of the turntable, so when I can turn them on, they'll both spin. I'll have those up on top shelf. And then I've got the Star Destroyer Devastator, which is the one from A New Hope that chases down the Tantive. I've got which was the one that just was released a few years ago. And then I've got the other, the very first UCS Star Destroyer as well. So I've got both of those flanking the tops of my cabinets. Then I'll have the 2 Death Stars, and then that top shelf will be amazing. The AT-AT Walker, so that big guy right over there. There he is. That was a great set. My wife and I did the team build on that one over our holiday break a couple years ago. Really enjoyed building that with her. Usually like to team build a large set around the holidays. This last year we did the Razor Crest, the big UCS Razor Crest. An ARC 170 is a great ship. I'd love to see it in UCS form. The UCS gunship is great. I've actually got it down here on the lower shelf. It was really cool. I've always loved gunships. I love Star Destroyers, gunships, X-Wings, things of that nature. And I'll be picking up the new UCS X-Wing this weekend, and so I'll have that to build as well. The Batmobile is nice. I know you're gonna do the custom Batmobile from Pattinson's Batman, converting it from the Camaro, the 1969 Camaro set that came out for the Icons line. She's going to convert that using a set for instructions from Rebrickable into Pattinson's Batmobile, which his Batmobile is based on a 1969 Dodge Charger RT that is obviously heavily modified for that movie. So that'll be epic until they come out with one, hopefully from Hot Toys. Yeah, the Lego Power Loader. So the Power Loader from Aliens, the one that Ripley uses, I made a small minifigure scale version of it for my wife Elena, and she has it down in her collection. It is very, very cool. I saw somebody build one online, and again, I'm really good at just recreating things that I see. So I was able to do that. Elena, if you want to bring it up here so everybody can see, go ahead and run it up when you get a chance. And I'd like to show it off. You have to bring it from your she den. Yes. So here is Ripley in the Power Loader. I got the minifigure custom made, but I just found the piece list from the guy, and I was able to figure out how he put it all together by looking at the pictures. So that is Ripley in the Power Loader. So nice custom mock piece. It's one of my favorites. I'll have to take some photos of it and put it on the put it out on the gram for everyone to enjoy. But that is one of my favorite mock pieces that I've ever actually made, and I was quite proud of making it too. The people have spoken. Give the people what they want. Yep, on the gram. I did it for the gram. Used to mean a lot different. That used to mean something completely different when I was a kid. Yeah, my age is showing. Yeah. I'm proud of how old I am. Gotten this far without doing anything completely. So. Old man, salt and pepper in the beard and everything. How's this some bitch go on here? There we go. All right. Oh, joy. Sticker time. Gosh, I hate stickers. I'd rather pay $10 extra for every Lego set I ever bought for the rest of my life. You know what? $20. I'd rather pay $20 for every Lego set for the rest of my life if I didn't have to put stickers on. Because, you know, I'm that OCD guy who, if I don't get the sticker on just right or just perfect or straight, then, you know, I'm going to throw a tantrum like a 6-year-old at the toy store when they don't get what they want. Here we go. And for those of you who think it's not straight, it is straight. And it's offsetting. I would have been done all right, and my video would probably be demonetized because God knows if I'm allowed to use that. But, you know, it is a great way to keep the rhythm going. So, you know, those of you who want to play at home, you know, when I was at Disneyland for my birthday, for May 4th, we were walking through Adventureland, and we're walking by walking by the rivers of America, and all of a sudden at the I think it was like the Golden Nugget or something, like the Cantina band busts out of nowhere and they just start playing music up there on the upper level, and we were caught off guard walking by, and it was absolutely hilarious to see a bunch of people dressed as the Biff characters, busting out with that good old tune. So that was hilarious. Definitely a highlight moment. It would be nice. It would be nice. I mean, everybody worries about making a mistake on a sticker. It's like, it's not that hard. Use a break separator to help you line it up. It's really easy. It's just annoying. And if you're ever worried about, if I make a mistake and ruin a piece or screw up a sticker, you can actually just request any sticker from Lego, and usually 10 times out of 10, they'll just send you a brand new sticker. So that's kind of nice. As long as the set is current. If the set's not current anymore, then you're kind of SOL. Really, I haven't seen that. I definitely need to check that out then. That'll definitely be a cool piece for a lot of collections. Just building the only way I know how. Oh my God, my nose is itchy. Why is my nose itching? I don't think it's a trilogy. I think it's a movie. I think it was just supposed to be one movie. They announced 3 movies, so I think a lot of people got confused as to whether or not it's going to be a trilogy. There's that really good look with the breathing apparatus for the bottom of Rex helmet. So one more bag to go, and we will be done with Rex. I don't think it's going to be a trilogy. I think it's just going to be a one movie, but everybody think what you like about the sequel trilogy. The biggest mistake they made was they didn't have a clear direction that they were going in from the beginning. J.J. Abrams is a big fan of suspense style storytelling. That's why we had so many questions about Rey's lineage and Snoke and Kylo and this and that. We had so many questions and Luke and no answer. But the problem was they didn't have all 3 movies plotted out. Oh, okay. Well, I'm talking about that now. They didn't have all 3 movies plotted out. They were kind of just like getting the story going, and then it went from JJ to Ryan, and then back to JJ. And the studio had a heavy hand in it. Kathleen Kennedy had a heavy hand in it. If you ask the actors, by the time it was done, they didn't even have a good time doing it because they didn't agree with the story. We got blue milk from episode 4. We got green milk from episode 8, which weird. But I just don't think they had a very good story told. Like they didn't have it all mapped out. That was another thing where I felt like it was a little bit of fatigue where they tried to tell one story and then we're trying to get a movie out every other year compared to having every 3 years like we're used to. If you look at that, Disney put out Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Solo, and then Rise of Skywalker. So, if you look at it, they tried to get too much out too quickly instead of kind of sitting back and figuring it all out. I think they just went too quick, and not having the entire storyline plotted out and trying to tell it in that quick of succession does not work. It was they kind of just flew by the seat of their pants, and I think they kind of just put something together at the end just to tell a story, and it unfortunately it didn't do the characters justice that they introduced us to in The Force Awakens, because The Force Awakens was very captivating. It was a return to a galaxy far away. It was a return to practical and CGI. It was a return to all the things that we wanted the prequels to be, and didn't really get. But 20 years from now, we could be having a completely different conversation about the Rey trilogy, the sequel trilogy, because 20 years after Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, we're all talking about those movies in a completely different light. People were throwing a lot of shade at Hayden Christensen for the way he portrayed Anakin Skywalker and his transformation to Vader. Now he's back and we're embracing him and we love him. And, the community has done a complete 180 on how they feel towards him. I never blamed Hayden Christensen for when people say, well, he acted wooden and he acted this way and he acted that way. It's like he acted the way George Lucas told him to act. And when you look at Luke Skywalker, he is a whiny little bitch too. He was all whiny and wah. So when you see Anakin all whiny in Attack of the Clones and throwing a tantrum, no shit. He's more like his father than he thought. So I think I might have divided the chat on that one, but you never know. But I really enjoyed Revenge of the Sith. I enjoyed Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader, and as Anakin Skywalker. I enjoyed Attack of the Clones. I enjoyed Attack of the Clones more than I did Phantom Menace. Even though Phantom Menace gave us the greatest lightsaber duel ever, gave us one of the greatest scores ever. in Star Wars with Duel of Fates and the fight between Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon. It gave us something we'd never seen before. Absolutely amazing. But I think they owe it to go back to the characters and to maybe tell a little bit of a better story. So I do like the idea of the new trilogy or the new Rey movie that's going to come out. Supposed to set like 15 years after the last one. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, sorry, I lost everybody there for a minute, but everybody's back, so that's good. Grievous is a custom job, so I'm glad everybody likes him. Yeah, I mean that's that funny joke. Parents are just so tired, and the kids just keep asking you questions, and all you want to do is just lay there and die instead of answering one of their questions. I'm not sure if anybody out there in the audience has ever listened to any of the From a Certain Point of View books. What they are a collection of stories that take place during the original movie, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi is coming out later this year. But what they do is they tell a story. They tell a story that's going on around. Either it's a character that's near or a character that's close by. But it tells that, and as you're listening to it, the movie's going on or the show's going on, episode 4 or 5, they're going on in the background. And one of my favorites is from episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, From a Certain Point of View, and it was Obi-Wan talking to Yoda when Obi-Wan was a Force ghost talking to Yoda. And I've mentioned this before on one of my other streams, but Yoda was on Dagobah, doing his Dagobah thing, and Obi-Wan comes to him as a Force ghost and tells him that he needs Yoda to train young Skywalker, and Yoda is excited. Yes, finally, I have waited for the day that I get to train Leia. And Obi-Wan goes, no, Luke, I need you to train Luke. And Yoda was not happy. It was that same not happy, doesn't want to train Luke. He thought he was reckless and impulsive like his father, but he wanted to train Leia because he saw Padme in Leia. And he saw all the good that could be. And he saw the recklessness, the impatience, the anger, all the negative that they saw in Luke. So Yoda didn't want to train Luke. He wanted to train Leia. And that is one of the best stories from that entire series that I've heard so far. I absolutely love it. So if you haven't checked it out, From a Certain Point of View, I listen to books on Audible because I'm not much of a reader. I can read. I just don't like to. I like to multitask, so I like to have the book going and playing a video game, have the book going and building a Lego set, having the book going and driving somewhere. So I'm more of the multitasker kind of guy. But if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's great. It's a great way to get that extra little deep dive into the Star Wars universe. At the very end, they have a couple of guys that are supposed to be the guardians of the wills. And what they're doing is they're arguing on how to write the crawl before the movie. And, one of them is talking about how it would be, it's going to be great. You're going to tell them all about like Darth Maul and Padme and Anakin and this and that. And he goes, I thought I started, in the middle at episode 4 with Luke and Leia. And he's like, seriously? You're going to skip all the good stuff? You're going to skip the Clone Wars and Ahsoka and Captain Rex? And it's just absolutely hilarious. It's really that back and forth banter, who's on first, kind of going back and forth. And again, it's really great. I think it's worth a listen to or a read, whichever you're interested in. Big fan myself. I've already purchased pre-order purchased the book for download, so I just have to download it when it comes out and then listen to it. But yeah, definitely recommend it. It's definitely really fun, really funny, and it's a great way to flesh out more story. And if you don't like that kind of thing, well, then it's not for you. You don't have to do it. Has anybody watched the Family Guy Blue Harvest, something Dark Side, and It's a Trap? Anybody check those out when they came out? Has anybody enjoyed those? Anybody seen the movie Fanboys? The Family Guy trilogy of Star Wars is one of my favorites. I love the Robot Chicken trilogy. I love the Fanboys movie. Those were absolute gems in my book. They're definitely something to check out. I mean, it's just hilarious. Fanboys is a story about some friends who want to drive across the country before episode 1 comes out to steal episode 1 and watch it before anybody else. And so it's shenanigan hijinks of a bunch of nerds in a van and driving across country to watch it. It's sad at the same time. I won't give all the details. I won't give all the spoilers, but anybody who's a fan of Danny Trejo, he's in it. So if you're a fan of Danny Trejo, that's one of his movies that you got to catch before you shuffle off this mortal coil. I got to when what was it? The Last Jedi was coming out. I was working for Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, now the Majestic Cinema. I was a manager there, and I got to do a screening on the big screen of Fanboys as a nice little homage to Star Wars and the movies coming out. And that was a lot of fun. Anytime you get to watch a movie on the big screen, always a winner in my book. Oops, drop these. All right. Coming along, we're almost there, guys. Almost there to the Promised Land. The Promised Land is the unboxing and viewing of the new 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones B1 Battle Droid Geonosian edition. And like I said, it does come with the C-3PO helmet. Sorry, C-3PO head. And that head does light up, I believe, if I remember correctly. I believe I do. This would be the one part of the build that my wife would hate because it feels like a repetitive step. Basically, we built this side of the helmet on the one side, and then we got to go and build it on the other. So it feels a bit repetitive because it is a little bit. So thanks for joining me tonight, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, so you get notifications. And if you haven't, and you can, go ahead and join me over on Instagram, DarthBricks42. Same username on Instagram as here on YouTube. I did that for your convenience as well as mine. But you can follow me over there. I try and post something every day or two. And if you have comments or questions about builds or anything that you see, I do answer the comments on Instagram as well as YouTube. So if you see something, you want to know more, hit me up. I got no problem answering questions. I can't promise you'll like the answer, but I can promise I will answer. Awesome. We're down to our last 4 stickers. Woo! I like these breathing apparatuses they made for the new helmets compared to the one you see here on the original Stormtrooper. I thought they were a little bigger on the Stormtrooper than they might have needed to be. But I do like the design that they've come up with quite a bit with this new one. I think it looks really good here on Rex. Put these last 3 stickers on really quick, and then we're going to do the rangefinder antenna, and then we'll be done with the Captain. El Capitan. And boom. All right, top 5 movie shows for Star Wars. Day's been good. Got my bridge put in today, so that makes me happy. Let's see. Top 5 movies. And that's a complete step. Good. Good. Completely missed it on this build. All right, so I'm going to build this on the side. Be very close attention. All right. Let's see. I mean, am I just picking Star Wars, the Star Wars movies, all 9 of them? Am I picking my top 5? I don't know how I screwed that up. I screwed that up, but I did a pretty good job. Top 5 movies and top 5 shows. Well, if I'm just picking from Star Wars, A New Hope. Actually, Empire is my number 1. A New Hope is my 3. Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, and Force Awakens. And then shows, I mean, Mandalorian. I liked Kenobi just because I'm like Kenobi, and I liked seeing the reuniting Vader and Kenobi. There's probably Mandalorian, Rebels, Clone Wars, Kenobi, and it's not out yet, but we'll give it to Ahsoka. I like The Force Awakens. It revitalized an entire genre. It reintroduced Star Wars to a lot of people, and I respect it for that. My wife liked Star Wars, but she wasn't a huge Star Wars fan. But when The Force Awakens came out, it spoke to her, and it really got her more invested in wanting to see more Star Wars stories. And then The Mandalorian just put her over the edge. And since The Force Awakens, we've watched every Star Wars movie together and every Star Wars show and episodes come out. She's just as excited for things as I am. So I got to thank it for what it did. It really helped, revitalize Star Wars. My kids got to experience Star Wars that way for the first time. It was the first movies that came out after they were born, so they got to really enjoy it. So I was, and it was a whether or not I agree or like he did with it, I respect it for what it is. And that's the most adult answer I can give. That's cool. I like that. Oh, crap. All right. I made a mistake. I gotta find it really quick. If you ever have a piece left over, you did something wrong. But all the friendly conversations we've been having, it's easy to make a slight mistake. Is a word. Yeah, Rex looks really good. I love the pop of color. Color is very important when making these, because if there's not enough color, then it just kind of blends and turns into a big blob of whatever. So the Vader helmet was fun, but it was a lot of black, so it does get a bit repetitive during that particular section when you're building him. Let's see, where is that piece? Got it. Found it. Fixed it. Moving on. All right. Now we're done with own Captain Rex. All right. So now the moment everybody's been waiting for. Let's do a quick unboxing. So you got this really nice box, really nice box art going all the way around. All right. And on these newer ones, they've got the flap. Remind you of the old like big Kenner toy from back in the day, the flip up box face. So, and it's held on by magnets here at the bottom. Roger, Roger. It's even got a little neck support, plastic neck support. First time out of the box. He's very light, good range of motion, looks like so far on the arms. Move these little shoulder tabs up so you got your range of motion. So you got shoulder motion here where the shoulder moves, and you got this, and then the arm rotates as well. So that's neat. Got 2 fingers. Articulate. The thumb does have a ball joint, so you can move the thumb around. And there is a joint in the wrist as well. He comes with the standard blaster that you see the B1s come with. Looks like he's got himself some tactical binoculars. These look really cool, actually. Red lenses. They got nice weathering. He'll have his radio antenna for comms. And then he'll have his backpack as well, which will pop into his back panel. It's a magnetic. these little tabs you have to take out in the back, right here and here, so that way you can line it up the backpack to slip it on. So now he's got his backpack on. Let's see where that goes. He's got his diorama base. It's typical Geonosian landscape, and then you got a little rock formation that you can put kind of in front, so it has a rocky terrain. You got your standard crotch grabber that attaches to the piece. That's obviously just to help them from falling down. This crotch grabber may not work that great because he doesn't really have a crotch. And then we've got the C-3PO head, which is plastic, not metal. And then the face comes apart. I'll toss the batteries in really quick so you guys can see them light up. I hate button cell batteries, and I'm looking forward to Hot Toys not using them anymore, especially for the lightsabers. They're finally going to LEDs for the lightsabers. I've been getting my button cell batteries replaced with a USB dummy battery system from a guy named Fusion Reactors. I get my stuff from him. He's out of Australia, so he custom makes them and then mails them to me. But then you got 3PO lit up, so hard to see his the detail in his eyes, but it's really good. And he's just got a little on and off switch. You can't see anything; it's the light. You need a little on and off switch, and then you go back. So here you go. And you can put this head onto this body, so you can have 3PO's head on the battle droid like it was in Attack of the Clones. So pose this guy up really quick. Just have him like stand there doing a pose, doing some of his Roger, and off he goes. So I'll do a better posing, and then I'll put the image of it up on Instagram. And if you're interested in getting a picture of it sent to you, if you don't have Instagram, just put a comment in the comment line, or send me a text message if you know me. Other than that, that's about it. There's not much to him. Obviously, he's very basic. I'll bring down the K2 real quick because I said I would, and I will. So here's the KX Enforcer, but I'm going to call him my K2 SO droid. So I really like this one quite a bit. And then to light his eyes up, just crack open his dome, turn on the light, and close it back up. And there he is, KX Enforcer from the Book of Boba Fett. But to me, he's K2SO. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and watching the stream. Remember to like, subscribe. Follow me here on YouTube so you get notified for more videos, and follow me on Instagram so you can follow up on more content. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate you sticking with me tonight. 2 hours and 6 minutes, about 2 hours, like I said. Thank you guys again so much. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and remember to build what you like. Have a good night, everybody.